What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Legit Whiskey Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Ezra Brooks 99. So this is a 99 proof, obviously 49.5% ABV, and this one comes out of Lux Row Distillers. And you know, I've had this open for a little while, and you know, just to let it open up, and just because you know, I wanted for it to open up, but I just wasn't sure what I thought of the whiskey when I first got it. So I wanted it to open up a little bit. I've had it for probably like a month or two, probably like 2 months. And, you know, I just wanted it to open up and just to see if it's changed or what it's offering now. But this one retails for around the $25 mark. So it's right there with the rest of the, you know, really good budget bourbons. Is this one any good? I don't know. So let's get into this. All right, so as far as the color, it's like a light gold color, and there are some legs forming. They're coming down slow, but there's some viscosity there. They're not coming down fast or anything, so that's a good sign. All right, but let's get into the nose. Wow, so the main thing that comes out of the nose, which was the main thing that I noticed when I first picked up the whiskey, is that this is pretty much like a cinnamon bomb. So if you've ever, you know, I'm sure most of you have, like, tasted a big red gum, the way that smells, or the way a red hot smells, that's exactly what's coming out of this bourbon here. So there's a ton of cinnamon first and foremost. It's a little bit floral. I'm getting a little bit of floral, and I don't think I picked that up the first time, or when I first opened this bottle up. There's a little bit of caramel coming through. There's definitely some rice spice coming through. I'm not sure what the mash bill is on this, but for sure there is definitely some rice spice coming through as well. But what sticks out to me so far the most is just that cinnamon note. And, you know, more than anything else, it's just that a ton of cinnamon coming through on here. There's a little bit of like clove coming through as well. So like a cinnamon and then a clove coming through. I just picked that up the second time putting it up to my nose. So I'm getting the cinnamon, the clove, a little bit of caramel, and definitely a lot of rice spice coming through. I'm not picking up too much oak on the nose, but let's go to the palate. Cheers. Wow, so on the palate, that cinnamon definitely still comes through. It's just a primary note on the nose and on the palate, and it's not a turn off for me. I like that cinnamon note, and I definitely like the, you know, that towards the back end, there's a lot of that rice spice coming through. There's a little bit of a black pepper note coming through, actually kind of a lot. It's pretty peppery towards the back. So there you get the rice spice and you get the pepper. Let me try it again. So still the cinnamon is still first and foremost, but there's definitely some peanut coming through in here. Just a lot of nuttiness throughout the whiskey. I didn't pick it up too much on the nose though, but so the cinnamon, the peanut, the cinnamon, the peanut, the little bit of clove. There's definitely some caramel and then some sweetness coming through, and then it finishes with that rye spice and with the black pepper note towards the back. I would say the finish is it lingers around a little bit, so I would say it's pretty much a long finish. And this really reminds me a lot of wild turkey. Like, it reminds me of a wild turkey, but that nuttiness, it's more like of a peanut nuttiness, and it reminds me a lot of Old Tub, which comes from Jim Beam. So it's like a mixture of the two. But I think more than any other whiskey, because the first time I had this, I was trying to think, what does this remind me of? And it definitely reminds me of the Old Tub from Jim Beam. It just, when it comes to that, that spice and that peanut that came through on the Old Tub, from what I remember, it's reminding me a lot of this Ezra Brooks 99. But I would say that the Old Tub, it's more of a kick you in the mouth type of whiskey. Like, it's a little bit, obviously it's actually, that one's 100 proof, so it's not much of a higher proof, but it just seems like you can feel the proof more. And that Old Tub is definitely, that peanut comes through more than what came through here on the Ezra Brooks. But they're very similar, and which is weird because two different distilleries, but it really reminds me a lot of the Old Tub. But as far as this one, at $25, there's nothing wrong with the whiskey. It's very good, but I just feel like, was it really needed in the market? Because even for less than $25, you can get 101 proof wild turkey, or even for less, for $17, you can get the Fighting Cock from Heaven Hill for $17, like I said, and that one is 103 proof. And there's many other whiskeys for around the $25 to less than $25. Old Forester 100 is another one that I can think of that definitely beats this one out. So while this one is very solid and it's a good whiskey, it's not a whiskey that I would say is my go-to. Even though it's not bad, it's very good. And I feel like it's not simple. Like, it does offer, a lot, but I just feel like for $25, even less, there's more out there, better whiskeys than this. But I guess it just depends what you prefer and what agrees with your palate. But as far as me, I like the whiskey. It's just not something that I feel like I'm gonna gravitate towards, all the time. But it's definitely a solid whiskey and a good entry into the bourbon market. So I'm gonna give this one, I'm C+. It's good. It's just like, I prefer other things for the price, for even less. So just other things that I gravitate towards instead of this one. But if you like my content, remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. You can catch me on Instagram at LegitWhiskeyReviews, and keep it legit and do it for the love of whiskey. Cheers.